Okay, quick little update on this here car. Last weekend, we didn't really have time to work on it, had something else I had to work on. But we had another oil line leak, so that got fixed. We figured out what was wrong with the blower. It was actually the relay, which is in the fuse box here, was stuck on. So actually when this blower, when the ignition's on, the blower is supposed to run at a very low speed, and you can barely hear it if everything's quiet. And I didn't realize that. So basically what was happening was, if you turn the key off, you could still turn the blower on, and that's not supposed to happen. So the relay was stuck on. For now, I took another relay that was the same kind and popped it in there. So we've had the battery hooked up, and it doesn't drain the battery or anything, so it's fine and like a normal car. And anyway, we did something else to it. I don't remember what, but something really interesting happened. At lunchtime today, I decided to just take this thing out for a ride. And I played with a couple of the settings, and we're going to go take a look at them right now. And it seemed to change everything. So I don't know if this is just still our intermittent problem, or if it's actually we might have got it tuned a little better. So if we go into advanced settings, fans, we've got AF targets. I didn't change that. What I did change, that I don't think I changed before, was map enrichment. And I think it was set at 25% initially, and I set it to 35%. And TPS enrichment, I had been messing around with before. It didn't seem to make a huge difference. But I think it was at 15%, and I bumped it to 25% there. And ignition timing for idle, we got 9.9 degrees, part throttle 10 degrees, and wide open throttle 0 degrees. I think that is adding it to a normal whatever it does. So, but anyway, with these settings, it seems to run extremely well. Like, it went from like running like a really fast 944 turbo to today, when I took it out for lunch, it turned into a monster. It turned into a holy crap, I'm gonna break the transaxle kind of power, where, you know, it will spin the rear tires and without even trying. At first gear, if you full throttle it, it goes right for the red line. And the first couple times I did it just bounced right off the rev limiter. I was like, wow. So anyway, let's see, two-step RPM, we're not using that, so that's not a thing. We're not using nitrous. We don't have a speed sensor hooked up, and we don't have a race pack dash, so that's it for that. And I usually just run the atomic LS gauges so I can see what's going on. Okay, let's go for a ride. Yeah, that's way different than what we had before. That was totally spinning the tires. I don't even think I got my foot all the way to the floor. It's crazy. You can feel the part throttle acceleration. Just, I mean, we're at, 1700 RPMs now in fourth gear. It just, it's all there now for some reason. Don't know why. Maybe it's the settings that I changed. But I'm pretty sure I played around with all the settings before, but it didn't respond like this before. Then again, maybe, you know, when I was playing around with it before, it was actually before I changed the coils, so maybe the coils were the issue and I just haven't been smart enough to get around to changing the tuning settings again. But you can see, first gear, it goes right to the red line. And yes, it surprised me again. It was right on the rev limiter. Timid of the car before, but now it's like so, it feels so good you don't want to stop. It's just crazy. That would have just pirouetted right there with no problem. All right, we got the thing running right. We got most of the issues fixed. It's got inspection stickers on it. It is running pretty much the way I envisioned it to run from the beginning. I guess I was kind of surprised before when it just wasn't running that good. I mean, it was running good. I mean, so when you're used to a 944 turbo that's running a bunch of boost and stuff, I mean, it definitely made as much or more power than something like that. But now it's at a whole other level. This is seriously powerful. This cam is supposed to make peak power at 6,200 RPMs. Right now we have rev limit set at 6,500 RPMs, so that's when it starts shutting the engine off, and as you've heard, it did it quite a few times there. Careful around the horse farm here. See, now we're at the point where it's like, oh my god, I don't want to break the transaxle. Taking down the corn. Now I really got to be careful of farm equipment, Amish buggies and stuff, because now we're at a point where we can really get into some trouble. Yeah, even that, just blipping the throttle is better than it was before. Before you would get a bog, and then from, now it's kind of, it just goes. Nice. I'm pretty freaking happy with it.